I'm Mo Banks, the Digital Marketing Manager at the Andrew Goodman Foundation, and I'm here to talk about what is in your digital toolbox. So if there's anything that we learned over this past year, it's the importance of utilizing the digital space for strategic and progressive wins. What does that even mean? That's a great question. I've learned so much over the past year about being in the digital space, as I'm sure that you have. And AGF has worked very hard to make this process so much easier for everybody involved. So speaking of which, I would love to show you some of the things that are in your digital toolbox that we've provided free of charge. So the first thing we're going to go over is the My Vote Everywhere portal. This is a great space for so many different things. There's so many different functions on here, and you can sign up through your campus portal. There's also a general one just through the Andrew Goodman Foundation page for the general public to access as well. On this page, you'll find things like how to register to vote. You can request your absentee ballots, which I know so many of us utilize during the 2020 election. You can also track and cure your ballot, which is one of our newest features. And then with all of the onslaught of anti-voter legislation this year, we thought it's so important to understand, is voter ID important to have whenever I'm going to the ballot? So you can check to see your state legislation's rules and regulations for what's required for voter ID by clicking that button to see if you need to bring that with you whenever you go to cast your ballot. One of our newest features that we have on there is called the Respect My Vote campaign. This is a way to stay civically engaged from the moment the election is over until the next time there's a general election or a local election. It's a way to get in contact with your elected officials. And so we've made it really, really easy to do that through a couple different ways. One of them is just our general Respect My Vote campaign. This is for anybody. You just type in your information, it'll bring up your elected officials, and you can send them emails, you can send them tweets. And one of our newest features is the click to call feature, which allows you to get in direct contact with your elected officials through your own cell phone, which is really fun and super easy. So I hope that everybody is utilizing that. And we have scripts written out on that page as well. Some of the things that we also offer through the Respect My Vote campaign is for the People Act, which is something that we're largely supporting and want everybody to contact their senators about, because this is a critical piece of legislation that we need and that we deserve to protect and expand our democracy. So you can get in direct contact with your senators today and ask them to support and make passing the For the People Act a top priority. And you can check all of that out on our website, and you can get to it through the My Vote Everywhere portal. Some of the other things that we can utilize in the digital space is social media, which I'm a huge fan of. So you have all of these great features, you're trying to get the word out. How do we do it? Let's go to Instagram, let's go to Twitter, let's use Facebook. There's so many different ways that we can use social media today to spread the word on voter education and different ways to be engaged in local elections. So definitely utilize social media for any sort of campaign that you have in the digital space. One of the best ways and easiest ways and quickest ways to go viral is TikTok. So hop on TikTok, don't be afraid. You can get on there, make silly videos, make serious videos, make engaging content for people to learn things and to take actions. TikTok is one of the biggest platforms in the world right now. It's the easiest way to go viral. Don't be afraid of it, hop on there. I was afraid of it, but if you'll go to the Andrew Goodman Foundation's Instagram page, you can watch some reels that we've put on. We also have some TikTok videos on our TikTok channel. So check them out. If I can do it, y'all can definitely do it. But I definitely encourage you to utilize your social media pages to spread the word about events, to spread the word about voter education, and just get involved with your peers and with folks that you're trying to reach in your community, especially during this time where so much is moving to the digital space. It's important that we're able to pivot and do the things that reach our audience in the most effective way. Another way that you can do this and utilize your digital toolkit is through a texting program. The Andrew Goodman Foundation does have a texting program that you are welcome to sign up for. This is a really quick and easy way to get in touch with people. Email, unfortunately, is going the way of the dodo. No one wants to check their email anymore. People want to get a quick text. They want to know what's happening. They want to know how to get involved. And they can do that at just a simple click of the button when a text comes through that says, hey, here's a link. take action on this, or hey, we're having an event on campus tonight, be there at this time, bring these things. So we definitely encourage everybody to utilize our texting program if you're able to. One of the newest ways that people are also getting the word out about voter education, or just different things that they're trying to promote, is through podcasts. Some of the ones I would really love to highlight today are some that we're like really proud of recently, which is Podcast Your Vote, which is coming straight out of the University of Wisconsin-Madison. This has been an incredible podcast to listen to. I look forward to every new episode release. I'm sure that y'all are as well. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. There's also a new podcast coming out from the University of San Francisco called Making It Political. They've got a really great episode. Please check that one out too. And the Andrew Goodman Foundation just started a brand new podcast called Live the Legacy, which is documenting these intergenerational conversations between civil rights icons and student activists like yourself. So I definitely encourage you to check these out. And if this is inspiring for you to start one, you can do it. Making podcasts is such a conversational and easy way to spread the word about so many different things going on in your network and on your campuses. It's a great way to just like spread information. One of the last ways that I want to encourage everybody to show up in the digital space and to utilize in your digital toolkits are toolkits. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is one of the easiest ways to get so many people, to get so many eyes on the stuff that you're trying to promote, is through toolkits. So what a toolkit is you can create key messages for people to promote on their own social media or through email. You can write out sample emails for people to use. There's usually like shareable graphics in there as well that people can download and put directly onto their Instagram or their Twitter. You can also write sample posts for people to use. There's so much that can go into these toolkits, and they are utilized in so many different ways. So I definitely encourage you to take the time to make toolkits and to spread them to your partners or to your peers, or ask folks to participate on certain days and post certain things. There's so many different ways that you can get creative and use toolkits to spread the word. We use them all the time at the Andrew Goodman Foundation, and we know that our partners do too. So I encourage all of our campus teams and anybody who's joining outside from a campus to utilize and think through what are some ways that you can use a toolkit to spread the word. And that's about it for what I have for what is in your digital toolkit. Some tips and tricks that I can give you is just to make sure that your branding is the same across the board. Whenever somebody sees something, you want them to associate it with you, with what your brand is standing for, whether that's through colors or logos, just making sure it's as consistent as possible. And as always in the digital space, you're just going to want to continue to promote and produce content. Beating the algorithms online is sometimes the hardest thing to do, but one of the best ways you can do that is just be posting as much as possible to get it in front of as many eyes as possible. I know that sometimes being on social media or trying to engage in the digital space can be overwhelming, but it's really so simple, and there's so many different resources, and we're here to help you along the way and make it as easy as possible. So I appreciate everybody coming to this session, and hopefully you will be able to utilize your digital toolkit a little bit easier now. Thank you.